Two. Okay, I want to welcome everybody to our team meeting tonight. And I love when we all get to be together just as the Directed Path team. And it's fun to see everybody's name. Like I said just a while ago, just seeing your name and your faces pop up. And I do love seeing your faces and your kids is in the background and everything else. So I have been so excited to be with you guys because we've got so many fun things to share. First off, I'm going to take the next 2 minutes and just brag on what a great month so many of you had in the month of March. It was some March madness that was coming down. And lots of people who hit their $2,500 building brick, which meant they have their own personal $2,500 in personal retail volume, and sponsored 5 new people. Lots of people with their district manager bonus, and we recognize those people, and area manager bonus, and then lots of people in qualification. I love when you guys post the red stamps and brag on your teams because they did a fantastic job in the month of March. And then we have 3 people that I just want to personally recognize. The first one is Deanna Johnson, who's walking her way to success exactly right now. And I'm just proud of her for working and fighting, because we all have to work and we all have to fight so many different things. But she came and really blew that district manager qualification, and I'm just really proud of you, Deanna, and way to go. Strong work. And I know your sponsors going, woohoo! So we're excited for you. And the second person that I want to give a big shout out to is oh, Kelly, your last name is just dropping out of my head. Kelly Stevens. I know Kelly by her maiden name, and so that's the problem. And Kelly lives in Colorado, and just so very proud of Kelly as well. And what she was able to do in coming back and fighting back, and that determination that she had of making some changes, just like Deanna, and she's going to be talking about that in just a second, and coming back with a force and a vengeance, just like Deanna did. And so I'm really proud of you, Kelly, and all that you're doing there in Colorado. And I just can't wait to see you at GTC, and you too, Deanna. So we're going to have fun. And then a big shout out to Kirsten Riker. I was like, Kirsten, what's your last name? My last names are slipping out of my head tonight. So Kirsten, what I love is she jumped in, not even the whole full month. And she is direct to Kim Maxon up in New York. And not only did she jump in with both feet, she brought somebody, a friend with her who is in qualification. And Kirsten hit district manager all in 1 month. And that's what's so exciting, because it can be done and people do it. And I'm just excited for what this means, and for her team, and for that group up there. And so it's so very exciting. I love it. And we are poised for a great time of the year with GTC coming on and new products. And that's going to push us all the way through summer months, and then fall products. And Christmas products will come out in September, and that's another big push. And then in January, we've got our nutritional line, which is another big push. So there's no dip unless you choose for there to be a dip. And so let's just take it, this 90 days of consistent activity, and we're starting on that second month and going through that. So going through it and growing through it. And so some very exciting things with that. And we will talk about more of that at the end of the call tonight. But I wanted to bring to you, and this is where I hope you've got your pen and paper. One of our growing area managers is Renee Gibson, who lives in Indiana. And I've been watching Renee for many months. And last year she promoted to area manager, and then she just didn't stay there. She's continuing to grow and continuing to promote and connect with her team. And recently there's been some shifts, and I can see it because numbers do not lie. Numbers don't lie. And when you consistently have volume with no sponsoring, that is a setup for a dip, a problem, because next to your name, you should have it a minimum of 2,500 and it needs to say 5. If it says 0 month after month, you know that you have flatlined your business and we need to do some CPR. And so what I've seen with Renee is she's had growth, not only in herself, but also in her team. And so I wanted her to talk about that and the changes that she has seen in herself and then therefore her team. And so without taking any more of her time, Renee, thank you for sharing with us tonight. And I'm going to unmute you and, oh, you already did, and mute me and let you have the phone.
And, oh, can you hear? You are unmuted by host. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Please be patient with my internet. We're having bad weather and it says my internet is unstable. So I don't know what that means, but I may have to walk around to try to find a spot where I can come in. But thank you, Legina, for letting me speak. And thank you for helping me. I appreciate all of our leadership. You and Christy are wonderful. But first, I just want to thank you again. I thank all of you guys for getting on here, but how I changed my mindset was I didn't want to keep where I am. And the big thing was, first I have a goal to be to region by December of this year. That's my big goal. And back in January, it started with 30 days focus to ask. And I thought, oh, I like having charts to fill up and do. So I know we're supposed to do that every month, but if I can't do it every month, I'm at least working to the month to try to get 30 people that I ask. So I started, and that's what I keep doing is just asking people everywhere. And why I'm asking is because I see the big paycheck that it's paid off our credit cards. We've lived on credit card debt all our life, and I'm just so grateful for our credit cards being paid off. And so now I want to share it with everybody. And the reason I want to share it with everybody is because I don't know where they are. They might need help, more time freedom. They might need more money for vacation or food. So, or even just to get out of the house. And I keep seeing people I ask like 2 years ago, they're joining other business, and that kind of gets you frustrated. So I'm like, I'm asking everybody. But I was washing my shower the other day, and Christy in the last year or two, even 2 or 3 years ago, she's like, you must have a crack in your belief. And I'm like, where is that crack? I just really couldn't see it, but guess what the crack was? It's personal development. And I would have so much, I couldn't figure out how to do it. And I'm going to stick to my notes so it's a little more understandable. So I thought to myself, okay, God, I'm not doing my personal development, and I need that if this business is going to grow. Everybody says you have to have personal development, and my business needs to go somewhere. So guess what? One day I'm exercising, working out at 6 a.m, and I get this great idea. I could put my Beachbody on one computer, and I could put my Discover Arbonne leaders on another computer. And so that's what I started doing. And I started listening to 2 a day. Legina, Carlita, Christy. There's just so many. Beth Gallardi. The list goes on and on. And Eric Worre, in his book, he says, if you follow the system, it's going to work. And so I thought, okay, this can be my personal development, but I'm also going to read. I've been reading the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth too. But wow, just listening 2 times a day. You can do it while you get out of the shower, girls. While you're making supper, put it on because it really grows your belief. And then you find out answers, how to come back to people. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. So that was my crack in my belief, no personal development. So now when I go to my parties, this is what I do. I watch the crowd, and when I'm talking, I see, oh, who's watching me and who seems really interested and who asks questions. And I make sure I make a mental note of that. And I say, God, help me to remember to circle back and ask them if they would take a look at this business. I tell them, wow, you seemed really interested. And I just say, hey, have you ever thought about doing something like this? And if they say no, I'll say, well, why not give it a try? Would you like to? And if they say no, emphatically, then I say, okay, I understand. But I don't let that rejection like shut me down from asking anybody else at the parties. I just, because it's not about me, it's about them. And I feel really sorry for them because I know how big my paycheck is. And I don't tell people how big it is, but I just tell them, wow, to get a paycheck where you can pay off your credit card debts in 1 year, or actually it took us 2 years, but still, that's really crazy. People sit up and listen. The other thing is sometimes if people say, no, not right now, you know what I ask them? I learned this from, I don't know who it was, maybe it was Legina or Carlita. I say, so when do you think would be a good time for me to come back? Or when do you think when do you think you would be ready? That makes people think. And I just say, I really know how much this business has helped me, and I'd love to help you just to get some information. And if there's no pressure, I always tell them, no pressure, but let's get some information. And then they say, okay. So then I say, use the Eric Worre. If I would send you this video, would you listen? And when they say yes, guess what? I say, okay, I'll send it. And then in 3 days, I'm going to check back with you. Do you think you got enough time? And they usually say, yes, they do, because the videos are only like 15 minutes. I think Heidi's is only 20. So that's what you got to do, is just start asking. And the other thing that I was having trouble is I would ask people and then I'd like forget to follow back up with them because I just, life is busy. So I made a list who to follow up with. And, our personal worksheet that we fill out now, call for 2 parties, do presentations, write down all your personal development. I began to put those people over here because now I track those papers. And when you begin to track things, that's when things really start to happen too, because people are like, wow, she's serious. She's following back up with me. So, even if there's nobody in your parties that look interested, still ask them, because you don't know. They don't wear a sign on their forehead saying, tell me about Arbonne. So we have to ask, and just ask in a pleasant way and ask from your heart. Christy told me all these years, there's no perfect verbiage to ask. She's like, just be yourself and ask. So I finally decided I needed to just be myself and ask and not worry. If someone said no and they weren't rejecting me, they were just rejecting the plan because they really don't have information to know what they're rejecting. So it finally sunk in, ladies. But anyways, this is definitely a learning curve. It's a learning process, just like any other job. And that's what I've been telling people at my events too. I say, I need 10 parties a month to move forward in my business. And I said, it's like your business. Every day you have your goals you have to reach. Well, these are my goals for my business, and I would love to come and pamper you and help you earn products. But I'd love it if you could help me make my goals that month. And people, I think, like to help. I know they like to help. So I've had people wanting to book that way. So let me see. Oh, when you're asking too, just be nonchalant. I've learned to just not worry about it. If they say, it's no big deal for me. I just look for the next person. And it was like today I went to buy some movie tickets because I had 6 piano students that made their goal, so they all get a movie ticket. So the girl at the counter was telling me a little bit about herself, and I just nonchalantly said, hey, I have this great business I'd love to share with you. What do you think? And I told her a little bit about it. And she's like, oh, yeah. And so I was still talking to her about other things, about piano. And then she's like almost waiting for me to ask for her phone number. And I finally did. But I waited till the end to ask. And, I haven't had time to call her. Wednesdays are my busiest day of the week. So I'm connecting back with her tomorrow. So people are everywhere. When you go to the post office, tell people what you're doing. I'm mailing 10 nutritional packets. These girls are going to want to lose weight. And then I have a lady at the post office that we met with on, I don't know, one day this week. And so just ask and tell people what you're doing. Open your heart up and just be vulnerable, I guess is the way to say it. And don't take it personally if they say no. But really, the biggest thing is if you don't have time to read, get on the YouTubes and listen, because once you listen to one, there's a whole list on the rest of them to listen to. And be a learner. Listen to the YouTubes, read your books. This has actually helped me to do the uncomfortable. And I want to be at Region by December of 2017. So the only way I'm going to be able to do it is to continue doing it, even when life is busy. So you guys can do it too. If I can do it, you guys can do it, you know? So thank you so much, Legina, for letting me share with you. I just don't want to go backward. So I don't want any of you guys to go backward either. So get on the stick, girls. Let's do this.
Awesome. Yep. Very good.
Thank you. Should I push my mute now?
Okay, I think I got everybody. No. There, I think I got it. It's just clicks. So, awesome, Renee. And you share from your heart. And the thing is, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. It's like, I'll think of that movie. It's one of my daughter's favorite movie, and it's just it's business. It's not personal, and that's exactly it. And you're thinking of the other person, not yourself, when you offer the business. And so, awesome tips, and I wrote it down. And we've got to follow a system, and Eric Worre has it all laid out for us. So taking that. So thank you very much. And then the second person I wanted to share, her numbers are growing and changing in this area too, with sponsoring, is Keli Stevens. And so Keli, if you're here, then we'll do the switcheroo, and if you'll share with everybody the change that you've been having and the results that you're getting from that too.
Okay, can you guys hear me? All right, great. So I have my 3-year-old right here with me. Say hi. So if you hear a little voice, that's where it's coming from. Legina just wanted me to share a little bit about some of the changes that I've made as far as asking people to look at the business. And a lot of you know that I did Arbonne in the past, and one of the things that I really struggled with was putting the business first. I really had never led with the business in talking to people. I always had led with the products, or trying to get them to book a party. And then I kind of snuck in the business into my party because it was part of my script. And so I wasn't getting, I never have gotten a super favorable response, quite honestly, when talking to people about the business. So I just, Legina had sent out kind of a challenge to some of us a while ago from Eric Worre, in sending out text messages asking people to meet you to learn more about Arbonne, and just leading with the business. And it was a 30 and 30 challenge, just trying to get in front of 30 people and tell the Arbonne story in 30 days. And so I just did that, and I used the verbiage that was in that challenge. And the verbiage seemed a little strange to me because it was different verbiage than I had ever used in my business. So sorry. So I used it, and I sent these text messages, and I went through my contacts. I did not send them to everybody. I sent them to people that I really felt could be strong business builders, could have a use for the business, and who would work this business and be great at it if they decided to do it. So I sent those text messages, and I was nervous to do it, but guys, I got like a response that I didn't expect through sending those text messages. I had a lot of people that I thought just wouldn't respond to me or would say no, who were like, absolutely, I'd love to meet you, because it asks them to have coffee with me. And I've met quite a few people now, just from texting people asking them to have a quick cup of coffee with me. I have used the paper that I cannot remember off the top of my head the name of it, but just a very quick overview of Arbonne. This is Us, I think is what it's called, or something like that. Legina will send that out, I'm sure. But and just went very quickly through that paper because it guides you through it. So the coffee date was very easy for me too, because it was all laid out there for me to tell them about Arbonne. Through doing that, I've got several different people that are very interested in the business. And I've got several no's, and I've got stood up 3 times. But I've got some positive responses that I would have never gotten otherwise. And while I was in that little challenge, I actually had come across a girl who I had never seen before, and I ended up having dinner with her and a large group of people. But I pulled her aside just very quickly, and I told her that I just had a business opportunity I would love to tell her about, and right now is not the place because we were having dinner with a bunch of friends. But can I just take you to grab a cup of coffee and tell you about it? So I have just really changed my approach as far as I'm confident now when I talk to people and when I ask them to meet me for the business opportunity. And that's what I call it, a business opportunity. I ask them to listen to that. And I'm leading with the business. And I have quite a lot more going on in my business right now just because of kind of the ruckus that has caused. And I have people starting the business because of those text messages and just me asking people to meet me and talk about the business. So, Regina, I think that's all I've got for right now. I can't hear you.
I said your Dakota is adorable. I just love her. I just can't. Just gotta hug on all of these babies. So
well, it's bedtime, so that was good. By the way,
that was very good. Okay, so what I heard, and I don't know if you shared this, Kelly, but part of this was because just like Renee said, you've upped your personal development. Hang on just a second.
I didn't share that, but yes, absolutely. I started listening. I downloaded a podcast of Eric Worre's, and they're like, between 5 and 10 minute little trainings, and they're great. They're very motivational. And like Renee said, if I'm doing dishes, I have my Bluetooth in my ear. You can see my husband makes fun of me all the time. But I almost always have my Bluetooth in my ear because if I jump in my car or if I'm doing dishes or cooking dinner or something that I can't be doing anything else, I can be listening to something that's going to build my business and build my belief. So I absolutely, I also read the Miracle Morning. I think we talked about that at the team meeting on Tuesday. And so I've been getting up early in the morning also, and that's helping me get my personal development sitting with a book reading. And I've always had a really hard time finding the time to do that. So I either listen to a book on like Audible, I have a subscription so that I can, or I get up early in the morning, and I've always kind of used that as an excuse not to do personal development, just that I have a super busy life and I have a 3-year-old that's with me all the time. Sitting down and reading a book is hard. So I start getting up an hour before anyone else is up in my house. And I'm not a morning person, but the Miracle Morning seriously has changed me not being a morning person, because I really have learned that you only need as much sleep as you tell yourself you need, and that it's nice to be up before everyone else in the house. So it's been great for my personal development, definitely.
Yeah. For sure. And the more you grow, then the more you will be able to share confidently, just like Renee was saying, and thinking about them and not about poor you, they told you no. So it's just because they just don't know enough information. So thanks so much, Keli, for sharing. And so what I wanted you guys to see is that it's a numbers game. If you talk to one person every 6 months, you are going to get a business that is in trouble. And so it's upping the number. Well, it's doing every aspect of our recipe for success. Scheduling 8 group presentations, sponsoring at least 5 new people, having 2,500 in sales, staying connected through these phone calls, which is exactly what you guys are doing. The self-development is so vitally important, and the service to your customer. And so of those 6, the main 2 that you need to have is you need to schedule, and you need the self-development. If you have those 2, then we can teach you the other 6. There you go. So those 2 are very important. And so I want to show you this sheet. Well, I'm going to post the verbiage again. And we have, but I want you guys to take a hold of this, because what I have seen in so many other businesses is that teams that felt stagnant were growing because they had new people in it. And let me give you this one tip. So you guys listen up really carefully. When you're starting a new person and you start doing this and you get new people in your business, here's my super hot tip. Sit down with them at that point, because so many times we work to help them to get their 8 group presentations, and they're going to get it. But if you'll sit down and help them find new people to join them in their business, that their business will take off. They will be more encouraged, and they will be can hit the road bumps that you have in any new business. They can hit it faster and plow through it because they've got somebody else going with them, instead of getting discouraged and letting doubt take them out. And so I'm going to show you this really quick. Share my screen, and let's see if I can do this. I know I can. Let me see where I put it. We are going to, so you can see our directed path page, right? Yes? Okay. Oh. Hang on just a second. I had it in here, and I will open it up. So here is, let me show you, here's this verbiage. And you can copy it and paste it and put it right there and text it out. Is, hey Renee, how are you? And I'm reaching out because I'm in a special mentoring program with my Arbonne team, and I've been challenged to get in front of 30 people this month to just give an overview of Arbonne. I get that it might not be a fit for you personally, but I just need a set of ears. Absolutely no obligation, but do you have 20 minutes to spare? If so, I'd love to buy you a cup of coffee, and I'll bring you some samples as a thank you. And so it's just using that simple verbiage, and I'll post that for you guys. But using that simple verbiage will help you so that you can be able to, you give them the opportunity, then you take it back. May not be for you, so there's no obligation. Kind of like Renee said, no obligation, but it might. And so just take a look and see. And then this is the sheet that you can print off and take with you, because you need to give them bite-sized pieces. Don't feed them the whole steak and give them the whole information. Just give them small bite-sized pieces. And this little front and back talks about why Arbonne is such a good opportunity. We've got consumable products. Timing and trend is such that people are looking for health and wellness. It's booming, and they're looking to look and feel great from the inside out. Marketplace demand, we've got something for everybody, and we're able to leverage your time. And so this just shows 4 reasons why Arbonne, traditional retail versus network marketing. Here's our Arbonne advantage and all of our global opportunities, all of our products right here, something for everybody. And I love skincare. Oh, and you guys are just going to love what's going to come out at GTC. All of our new skincare and our nutritional and bath and body. We're going to get something in every category at GTC this year. Ways that you see yourself, and then turn your income into an expense. And it shows the different levels that you make. this is all you really need to take, plus samples, because you promised them to your coffee appointments. This is so simple and is so sharp in the way it's all laid out. And so I want you guys to grab a hold of this, and I want you to run with it. And I want you to take this challenge of texting this out to a minimum of 10 people this week. And you can do 10 tomorrow. You don't have to space it out. But the more you do in a short amount of time, the faster your business is going to grow and going to go places too. And so I also want you to know that I want you to fill up your calendar really full between now and GTC. And then you're going to want to make for sure that your calendar is filled to the rim after GTC, because you're going to want to share all of these new products with your friends and with your customers as soon as they come out. And new catalogs will be available, new sample packets, and everything else. If you happen to have some new lipsticks, there's a reason why they've been on sale. And so offer them as a booking incentive to people, okay? And I want you to just pack it up. One-on-ones, handing out samples, group. We can do open houses. Doing Facebook Live is a great way to connect with people in various different areas. And it's just the person who talks to the most people, who keeps their business open, which is their mouth, is the person that's going to win this month. And we're going to be able to celebrate so many other fun people going into qualification, reaching qualification, and hitting bonus levels and so many other different things. So a lot of information tonight. I want you guys to come back and listen to this, and I will post all of this other information in our group so that you guys see all of this again. And I just applaud you for being with us tonight and getting the information for you. And Renee and Keli, thumbs up, girls. You communicated and you shared business changing information for everyone, and grabbing a hold of it, and they can rock their business and turn it around and catch that momentum and grow in their business. So thanks guys for being with us, and we will see you together in our Directed Path group this time next month, and we'll see lots of you at GTC in just a couple of weeks. So I'm super excited about that. Love you guys so much. And I'm just know that if you're here and listening, I am so super proud of you and for plugging in and getting what you need to grow in your business. So Christy, thanks for all your help with tonight and the ideas and everything that you gave. Keli and Renee, strong work, girls. All right, guys, love you bunches. We will talk with you soon.